welcome to the Event Solutions Trade Show floor. I am so excited to be here, and this is just visually stunning. There is so much to show you, but obviously I can't show you every single stand that is here. So we've chosen a few of our favorites to show you, and we're going to go off and explore right now. Come with me.
Hi, I'm Tiffany with the Wedding and Events Institute. We're here at the Event Solutions Conference with Young Song Martin, the founder of Wildflower Linen. We just wanted to bring a little bit of this trade show to you guys today to show you a little bit of what's been going on, what some new trends are, and ask Young about her company and the things that she sees coming up. So Young, thank you so much for being here with us. We're so excited to show everybody what we've got. And just wanted to ask you, in terms of your display and your setup here, to talk about some things that you think are coming up, new trends in the linen industry and the event industry, and what inspires you.
This year's trend, my booth is actually inspired by fashion designers, what's on a runway. So I use a lot of blues. And actually, like not only fashion designers, but I actually was inspired by Pantone predictions. So that's what I actually start, designing it. And as you know, when event design is happening, and a lot of times I think a proportion is not always there. So this time I actually wanted to work on a proportion more than anything else. So this time I work on a proportion, colors, and balance. That's what this booth is all about.
Oh, that's fantastic. And would you mind sharing with our students some of the different pieces that you have and what you put together in terms of a tablescape?
So what I did this year was I tried to use all the complementary colors in the color wheels. So right opposite of the blue is orange. So I decided to just bring very simple flowers like a garden. But what I actually did is I brought a garden on the top. It's really move away from the table. So the garden is on a truss. So I think it's a brand new thing, and the people are really responding to it.
No, it's a beautiful piece, and I think lots of people like it. In terms of your chairs and your napkins, is there anything that is new that you've come up with texture and, I guess, mostly texture, because it's all about textiles with your linens?
Yes, so what I did is I used some of the burnout pieces, but more than anything else, blue is such a hard color to work with. So what I did is I actually got a inspiration from sort of like a sky. When you are looking at the sky in any given day, you will have a very many different variations of blue. So I really start from the very deep blue, which is royal blue, and I went all the way to light blue to the white. So spectrum of all of that, and I put all the blues put together, including gray. And so that actually, I think, worked as my texture. And then also another thing is I actually decided to use lighting. And a lot of times I think people are using lighting as a chandelier and actual light. And sometimes the actual light can actually bring yellow light. So what I did is, I know there's white lights in the space, so we decided to reflect lights of, the cylinder of the water. So water glass is actually reflecting, and then that's actually bringing the lights. So we don't really have a yellow light per se. So this is mostly like a natural light. So that's what I did with this table.
No, it's a beautiful table, and I think a beautiful thing. So for all of our students out there that are looking to get into the wedding or event industry, do you have any tips that you would recommend to them on what they should do, what they should look for, or what might help inspire them like it inspired you with your business?
When I started out in my business, of course, I was a fashion designer, so it's textile-wise, I was really very knowledgeable. But other than that, I was a dummy. So to me, it's I think you should actually watch what people do. I was a teacher also once upon a time, so my advice goes universally. Just keep your eyes open, ears open, and then opinion to yourself for a while, right? And then just learn everything what's out there. And probably if you don't have a certain prejudice, you'll learn more. Just learn everything. I think it's every day's learning experience. I learn every day. And I've been in business for almost 15 years. And I'm sure, new sets of eyes will learn even more than anything else. And I think that's really great to just soak it in.
No, exactly. Well, I think that's great. And obviously, you've come a long way and grown and done beautiful things and much continued success. And we certainly appreciate your time and inspiration and hope that we can bring a little bit of Wildflower's beauty to everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thank you again.
Hi everyone, this is Allison Howard and I am here in Las Vegas with Michelle Howard, no relation. Michelle Howard is the owner of Flora Couture by Floral 2000 and I'm so happy to have you with me here today, Michelle. I want to hear a little bit about you and your business.
I own a local floral and event company here in Las Vegas, and we travel obviously here but outside of the state as well. And we do everything from everyday floral to event design, large weddings, small weddings, everything in between, and have a lot of fun doing it.
Great. Well, I know that you have had a lot of traffic coming through your booth, and I can see why. It's fantastic. What do you get out of being at a trade show like the Event Solutions trade show here in Las Vegas?
For us, this is a little bit new. We're actually sponsoring the show this year, and we're sponsoring the tabletop competition. So it was new, feeling it out, trying to decide if this is a good thing for us to do again in the future. But it's been amazing. We've had a lot of foot traffic, like you said, where we're getting people coming to the booth interested in what we do, what our sister company does as well. And it's been good for us because we have a lot of companies and corporate planners that come here to Las Vegas that need an event company here locally that can help them with anything from their design, their floral, their decor elements, their linens, their chairs, any of those things. So we're here to help service them. But we also have event planners that are going out of the country, out of the state, that also need a design company that can travel with them. So we're here for them for that exposure as well, to help them in any capacity that we can. And then our sister company is a wholesale company. And for them, they can ship throughout the states, out of the country. So if you've got a floral company that is going out of the country or an event company that needs a one-stop shop for all of their floral needs, they can actually send them to their designers wherever they're planning an event.
And what is one tip that you would give to an attendee of this type of a trade show?
It's actually going to be twofold.
Okay.
First is make a plan of attack for yourself. You've got the itinerary, what you've got ahead of you to plan from. Decide what you want to attend and what's important to you. But make the time to visit the trade show. The trade show has so many elements here, from your vendors to even tidbits of advice, to the tablescape competition in which you get to see other people's ideas come to fruition. It's a good element to make sure you put into your game plan. Make sure you plan, and not just an hour. The trade show floor takes a good part of a half of a day at least, if not a full day. That's why it's a 2-day event. So, but plan, know what you want to go to, know what educational things are important to you before you step out that door.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle, for taking a few minutes out of, I know, the busyness here at the trade show to speak with us. And we look forward to speaking with you all soon.
Hi, it's Shazia Manikia from the Wedding and Event Institute here at the Event Solutions Trade Show. I'm standing here with, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Alex, and I am the Business Development Manager for ArchiveRentals.com, and we're happy to be attending this trade show. It's a big trade show for us, and we're happy to have a lounge display to have here, and we have some of our tabletop items as well.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your company and what you offer to the event industry?
Yeah, we're an event design house, and we specialize in specialty rentals. We have a lot of one-of-a-kind custom pieces. Everything is vintage, so we do a lot of mix-match tabletop, tables and chairs to give our clients unique looks. We help with the design process from the beginning. Starts off with a creative idea. They bring us that creative idea, matched with some of our pieces, and we bring together a look and then kind of bring somebody's dream into a reality.
Do you also offer, I know you said you offer vintage pieces, but do you also offer modern pieces to help clients maybe mix it up depending on what their vision is for their event?
You know, styles are ever changing, and right now vintage and rustic is very popular, but obviously even this has kind of got a unique feel to it, a little bit of a beach camp vibe. So we do have a lot of looks, and they're always evolving. We have mid-century modern, you know, a lot of Mad Men themes, a lot of cigar lounges, and a lot of dark furniture as well. So it is always evolving as the trends change. We try to stay on top of them and be ahead of the game a little bit, but it's always up to the customer to bring their visions to light. So we do it with the whole process.
And how about for a vendor like you? What do you get out of coming to a trade show like this?
You know, we do a lot of weddings and we work with a lot of brides, and this is our opportunity to work with other vendors and see the planners that are planning the events. And you know, food is part of every event, so something like Cater Source allows us to meet the people that are selling the food and being part of that package, and we like to be earlier in the process. You know, usually food is one of the first things that a customer, a bride, or an event picks, and we want to be right there behind it, letting the dream come true and getting the creative process and the design started.
Now, lastly, do you have a little tip for somebody coming into the event industry, a little key to success?
You know, I think the key to success in this industry is diving right in. You know, there's events happening all the time. It's a fast-paced moving industry. However, it is a niche industry. A lot of the people are the same, and a lot of the planners are like, it's almost like chefs. They get their name out there, and you know. So the best thing I would say is if you're starting out is I would see somebody that has a creative vision that you have and jump right in with them. See if you can get an internship, follow them around. Like, you know, I start off with helping set pieces together. You know, I mean, you could either start from literally helping people deliver things, and we've had a lot of girls help us do tabletop setups on the day of events, and then you start talking to people, meeting people, and then you're in the industry, you know, and it grows from there.
Great. Thank you so much, Alex.
I appreciate it.
Hi, it's Christine, and I'm on the trade show floor at Event Solutions, and I was asked to pick a stand, and that was an easy task for me because I have a friend with me from our education partner, iWed. This is Nicole. Nicole, thank you for joining me.
Oh, hi Christine, how are you?
Hi. This is very special for us because we talk a lot over Skype and email, but we've never met before. But she's still my friend. So, Nicole, tell me about iWed and the stand that you've got here.
Okay, well, what we do is we actually travel around the country and we host courses in different cities all over North America. And we're expanding, and we're going to be offering classes in Australia this May, and we're very excited. And that's because of you. What we're doing today is we're actually introducing people to the whole idea of hands-on training workshops, where you attend 5 days of training and you become an accredited event designer.
So can you tell us some of the things that people will learn in an iWed workshop?
Absolutely. You learn all about backdrops, room draping, head tables, table draping, centerpieces, how to design any event.
And what are people responding to today? What do they love about what you're doing?
They just love the whole hands-on aspect of it. Being able to go to a place and learn everything in 5 days, become certified, and just the hands-on approach.
Yeah. I think that what you teach is something that's very tactile and perfect for a hands-on workshop environment. And we are looking so forward to having iWed in Australia in May. But check out their website for all of their schedule of courses across North America.
As I mentioned earlier, I'm extremely excited to be on the trade show floor, and this is my pick for the stand I wanted to highlight to you. We're here at Court Events, and I'm speaking with
Steve Holgate,
Michael Dornfeld,
who are taking the time to chat to me today. Now, I wanted to bring Court to your attention because Court is one of our partners, and it's somebody that we recommend our students go to when they're launching their business. Now, perhaps you can tell me a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and why our students should come to you and what they can get from you.
We're Court Trade Show and Event Furnishings. We're the world's largest provider of rental furniture to the trade show and the event industry. We're a Berkshire Hathaway company. We're owned by Warren Buffett. And we take tremendous pride in helping the event planners accomplish what they're trying to do, and that is have a very wonderful, unique event for their clients.
Very well answered. That was very nice. And what type of products can we expect to get at Court?
Oh gosh, everything from sofas and love seats and chairs, lighting, bars, cocktail sets. We just, from soup to nuts, we pretty much have anything for furnishings for an event, be it a wedding or a special occasion.
Well, that's fantastic because it's like a one-stop shop. Now, you guys also on your website have a pretty neat piece of software. If you'd like to tell me a little bit about that. You're smiling, so I'm going to give this to you.
We have a program that's called a Space Planner, and it gives people to go onto the website and pick and choose the furniture that they would like to have at their event. You can actually create the room, the size of the room, the shape of the room, put in columns, put in a wood floor, put in the color of the carpeting, put in grass if it's outside, sand if it's on the beach, and you can pick and drop the furniture that you think you would like to have at your event and drop it into it and get a visual of how it would look once it's all put together.
And that's huge benefit to anybody using your furniture, because it really gives them an insight into what they're doing, and they can actually see whether or not visually it's going to work. So that's fantastic. Now, another question I've got for you, what sort of things can you expect to get out of coming to an exhibition like this?
New ideas, latest trends in the industry, what's hot. That's what you can get out of this. Not to mention making long-time friendships and networking opportunities. That's what we get out of this opportunity.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's obviously over and above actually any customers that you might get. It's all the other add-ons that you get from attending a show like this. Well, finally, I would like to ask both of you for your top piece of advice to anybody just starting out in the industry and launching their own business as an event planner, wedding planner, stylist, or designer.
Well, I would think that the people need to investigate the things that are out there that are available to them to do. There's a wide variety of companies. There's a wide variety of things that you can do to plan your event or organize your event. I do think that obviously there's not a do-over when you put on an event, if it's a wedding or a corporate meeting or whatever you're doing. So you want to make sure that the people that you are doing business with are people that are going to support you and stand behind you and give you what you need so that your event for your client comes off flawlessly and perfectly.
Great advice. Thank you. And yours?
Don't be afraid to walk up to people, introduce yourself. And
a bit like I did with you.
Exactly. And just ask questions. People are more than happy to help you out as long as they understand what you're looking to what you're expecting. People, they started out where you were, and they remember that, and they're more than happy to help you.
Well, that, again, is another invaluable piece of advice, because I think sometimes it can be a bit intimidating for new people coming into the industry to really make those connections. It can seem like everybody knows everybody else, and just having that come from you is really quite an invaluable piece of advice. So I want to thank you both for taking the time to speak with me. If you are looking to hire anything for your event, Court are the people to go. They are partners of ours, and we do highly recommend them. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.